Hello and welcome to Mr.
and the Mrs.
with Baby.
And Baby. So today's video is going to be, we're going to do Saturdays will be pregnancy update videos.
We'll try.
We'll try.
Yes.
We'll try to do one every week. So I am 31 weeks. Today's Thursday.
Last Sunday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days. So 31 weeks, 4 days. I'm almost 32 weeks, which is 8 months, which is crazy. It's the beginning of the 8 months. But I'm just going to talk about how my pregnancy has been going so far up until this point, and I'll show you belly photos. No, photos, but I'll show you the belly. And, you know, what we're excited for the baby, how the nursery is coming along, all that stuff. We'll keep you updated.
Yes.
So I got pregnant January 19th.
I wouldn't have remembered that. I just knew January.
Yep, that's my conceiving date. So for the first couple weeks, I had no idea I was pregnant. Of course, you never do.
No.
I got a little nauseous once I hit like week 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I never actually threw up. I mean, I did get the flu, which I threw up, you know, during having the flu for a day.
Yeah, well, you had this huge stomach flu, and you're sitting there like, I must be pregnant. I was like, no, you're just sick.
Well, yeah, I thought I was like, I was actually starting the pregnancy, like, oh, here's the sickness coming on type thing.
Yeah, ooh, that would have been bad if it was,
Yeah, it was like a 24-hour constant thing. But no, I had gotten the flu from someone at theater or someone, you know, because multiple people at theater got it.
Yeah.
So that's when that was the only time I was actually sick. And then once, you know, I got better from the flu, we took a pregnancy test. Well, I took one, and he didn't know about it.
Of course not.
Of course not. I went up to my sister, and I was like, Mandy, I think I'm pregnant. And she was like, oh my gosh, you have to take a test. And so I went and I got the test, and I came back, and it was positive. So my sister was the first person to know. Yay! Which was very, very exciting for me and her, because she was really excited for me.
Ooh, and the way she actually announced it to me, I'm sure you wanted to say that, but I want to say it.
You can say it.
The way she's like, oh, let's have some Alfredo tonight. I was like, sounds good. She's like, do you want to help me in the kitchen? I go, okay. So as she's preparing, and she goes, hey, can you grab the sauce? And I open up the cupboard, and I'm looking at I look at this jar, and it goes Christian and Jessie's, and then Prego. And I'm like,
No, it said R.
But I didn't read that right away.
Okay.
So I go, Prego. I was like, who made us homemade Alfredo sauce? It's like, that sounds good. So I grab it.
There was a flower beside it.
Yeah, it was really nice label, decked out. And she goes, did you read it? I'm like, yeah. Look, it says R Prego.
R Prego.
No! And that's actually how I found out.
Yep. I tried to be really cute and stuff like that, and then showed them the pregnancy test, and, you know, it's kind of awkward. Here, look at the stick I peed on. It says we're pregnant.
TMI.
Exactly. It's kind of one of those weird TMI type things, unless you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you. But even then, it's still a pee test or a blood test, so it's still gross.
Still gross.
So, we were already in a show, with our theater group Main Stage. Not really our theater group, but, you know, we volunteer there.
Yeah, the theater group we're involved in.
Yeah. So we were already pregnant, and I got casted for a dancing role, which I was like, ooh, I probably better not tell our director that I'm pregnant, because she won't let me dance.
Because a lot of the dance moves were flipping over each other's backs and doing this and doing that. So many people got hurt during rehearsals. So many people got hurt during the show. And I'm sitting there going, be safe.
Yeah.
And
it was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it was. And we made it. And
it was very, very fun.
It was. And about right away when I found out, I started finding ways to tell our parents and finding baby names and names that we really liked that would work. Our last name is Anderson. That's very common. And
Very common.
her name's Jessica, which is common, and I'm Christian, which is common in a sense.
Yeah.
And so there's so many, and we're like, we need a unique name that no other person, I mean,
No other person. It's just not as likely.
not as likely to run into another person with the exact same name or similar to it. So, all right. We picked out for the boy name because I really.
Or should we keep it a secret?
Oh.
Some people already know. Some people don't. I think we might keep it a secret.
It's a secret right now.
Just for this.
Yeah. Sorry, YouTube.
But yeah, so during basically was all my second trimester was doing the show, which was really fun and very, very physically demanding.
Actually, it was right before your second trimester because we announced it right before second trimester.
When I hit my second trimester was when we announced it to the whole cast. And they were extremely excited for us, and they're still, they're all our friends and stuff like that, so they were really happy for us.
Still really happy for us.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, it actually has been really, really good so far. The only problems that I've had were a couple, actually just before I started my third trimester, it was really bad acne. I had that cystic acne all throughout my chin area right here.
Like painful.
It was like those deep, deep sores, and then I got them all along my neck area right here. And just recently have they started going away. But then as soon as those started going away, I started developing pups, which are little bumps that go on your arms and all on your belly. And I don't think you'll be able to see it on the camera, but there's like little red bumps all over. And it's just your body, for your first pregnancy, it doesn't know what to do with extra hormones. So it just releases them into the skin, and it makes it itchy and pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah. And then, I was going to say, the only other real thing you're going through is a lot of heartburn.
Yes.
And we go through a lot of Tums bottles.
And lots of heartburn. I feel like it's not like my nausea has subsided, which is great, but then literally I'll get heartburn from drinking water. Anything.
This kid better have
the old wives' tale of hair.
Yeah,
yes,
old wives' tale.
Better have hair.
Lots of hair. Heartburn. I would love that.
And just recently too, it hasn't been like a major issue, but since the baby was breech for most of my pregnancy, and its head just flipped, so now it's in normal position, but its head is pushing on my sciatic nerve, and that will flare up when I'm laying down at night. So really, it's just kind of like the leg pain and a little bit of cramping in the legs and my back. Because this kid is sitting really far back.
Men be prepared. Lots of back massages, lots of foot rubs. Everyone says that. It is true.
It is.
It is true.
Yes.
But
it feels amazing though, and it does relieve pressure and pain.
And she will love you in the end for it.
Oh yes. So much fun.
She should
Not
love
if
you
you do it wimpily and only for like 2 minutes. I'm talking full-blown 15-minute massage.
But most of the time you usually ask me when I'm falling asleep in bed, and you're like, can you massage? I'm like,
that's the time when I'm the most tired, So, I actually did a bunch of yoga last night and stretches, just getting my hips to spread out. And that actually really helped. I was able to actually sleep for, good 4 or 5 hours. And then, I had to wake up. And then, pregnancy bladder. And then go back to bed. And then, another 4 hours, which was really nice compared to only being able to sleep 2 hours. Wake up, leg cramp, massage it out, go back to bed, or try to go back to bed. And drinking lots and lots of water does help that a little bit too. You feel like you're overhydrating yourself, but you're honestly not. Like 96 ounces of water is still probably not enough.
No.
But especially since it's summertime right now, and I know I'm crazy, I'm in a quarter sleeve, but it's kind of cool in here.
3/4 sleeve.
Well, it's 3/4 sleeve. But yeah, so. I can show you the belly now. This is at 31 weeks, 4 days. as you can see, the baby, like, I'm not that big, which you can tell. A lot of people when they're 8 months, they're a lot bigger. Like my sister, she's 6 weeks behind me, and she's probably the same size as I am.
I think she's a little bigger than you are.
She might be, but this is her second baby, so
yeah.
There it is. As you can see, like, the baby's ribs, my ribs, the baby is right here, like.
Right in the rib.
A foot constantly pushing right here. And earlier today, the baby was pushing, it was like stretching out on both ends. So it was like stretching this way. It was very, very uncomfortable. But then I can show you the belly that way.
Belly.
You can't see it, but there's a couple little of the pups around there. My belly button still isn't any. Turkey's not done yet. And I only have one major stretch mark right here. I had scratched my skin before I got pregnant, and it healed partially. And then as soon as I started actually getting bigger, it was just a weak point that had already been made. So it was just stretching it on from there. So hopefully I'll keep you updated on how those are going. I use a whale. It's actually right over there. It's by Jason. It's the vitamin E. Yeah, I can grab it. It's the stuff I've been using on my belly. It's strictly an oil. It's a skin oil. It's by Jason. It's the vitamin E 5000 IU skin oil all over body nourishment. And what's nice about Jason, the brand, is that it has no parabens, artificial colors, petroleum, SLS, which is sodium lauryl sulfate.
Which is actually really bad for your skin.
It's very bad for your skin. It actually can absorb through your skin and actually get to your baby.
You can find SLS in shampoo, toothpaste, detergents. It's what creates...
It's a cheap filler that
creates all that sudsy stuff. And actually, it's really bad for you.
Yeah, it's not the best chemical in the world, and it's mostly in everything.
Yeah.
So you really have to kind of go to Fred Meyer or Walmart and go in like the all natural section.
Read the ingredients.
Yes, because a lot of them have EDTA too, which is
formaldehyde.
It's a type of formaldehyde type thing, I think.
No, that's what I've heard.
Okay.
I could be wrong. If I am wrong and she's wrong,
and if anything,
leave a comment and correct us, please.
Yeah, if you guys know what EDTA is. Technical terms, so we can be a little bit more educated, that'd be great. And it has no synthetic fragrances, which is good because I use this a ton on my tummy and just on my body, and my mom is actually allergic to a ton of fragrances, so sometimes
deodorant even affects her.
She has about twice as many nasal cavities as most people do. So she's like super sensitive, and it's just not fun for her. So yeah, this stuff, I've been using it throughout my entire pregnancy. Sometimes I'll mix it with another body lotion if I just don't want that oily kind of feel. I mean, it absorbs in the skin really well and it doesn't get on my clothing, but it is really nice. I like it. There's also the, of course, the body butter from Palmer's, I want to say. Yeah, Palmer's, just the body butter, the coconut body moisturizing lotion. That's what it is. Yeah, the moisturizing lotion. I'll use that sometimes. I keep that one in the bathroom, and then I keep the other one by my bed. Just if I'm feeling a little bit tight before I go to bed, I'll put some on, which, it's nice. It helps.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's our 31-week update. Or 32 technically in 2 days. It'll be for 32 weeks. But, from a week-to-week basis, a lot can happen. I feel like I've already grown just from a week-to-week basis, and how many times the baby kicks and how active the baby is, because it's starting to, lose all of that space and that room to stretch out. So hopefully, the rib kicking will lessen a tiny bit. But until next time, we'll keep you updated.
We'll see you later. You're good. I saw your hair.